All right, so we're going to Orlando as long as my flight is not canceled tomorrow because another storm's coming. But I was going to show you how I packed everything. So I've got most of it already in my bag. I'm only taking a carry-on for real. And then like my personal item that'll go underneath of the seat. So all my clothes are over here. I just rolled everything. I'm going literally for 2 nights in like 2.5 days. And then all of my food, well, my dry stuff is on this side. Everything's basically weighed out. I'm taking this just in case, my scale. I will come back with less than what's in here. Supplements, oats, rice cakes. I'll have to get some stuff there like Gatorade for my intra. And then this bag has, I'll put my food in here that I need for tomorrow on the plane so I have access to it. And then some of my gym stuff, I'm going to train there. I have my heels in this pocket. And then I'm going to shove that somewhere so that I have a bag to take like while I'm there. So, all of my, here we go. All of my meat that I need for the whole trip is in here. It's individually packaged already and I froze it. I put it in here yesterday. Veggies. I made my eggs. So they're going to be frozen and they'll make it there. And then the food that I need for tomorrow, I'll eat this in the morning on the way to the airport. I've already made it so that I don't have to get up as early in the morning to make it. Berries for my breakfast and then meals for the trip. Technically, I'll have, I'll be able to reach all of this like on the plane because it's just carry-on and personal item. So if I get delayed or something, I'll have everything with me like on my person, but that's how I'll do it. And hopefully that frozen meat fits in my my personal bag because my carry-on's packed to the brim, but I'm not checking a bag. I'm literally only going for 2 days, and it's silly to pack any extra that I need. So that is the plan, and then we're flying from Roanoke, so we'll go there in the morning. The issue that might be an issue is that I'm flying from a tiny airport. So I'm going from Roanoke to New York, LaGuardia, to Orlando. And there's snow coming like tonight, tomorrow. What I've read, most of it's like the heavy part's supposed to come tomorrow night. So hopefully we miss it. But I've already gotten emails that there might be delays or cancellations. So hopefully we make it there. We were running ahead and then I forgot about gas. So that's next. after some shenanigans, we are here. We made it to the Avanti something something conference center. It wouldn't be a trip without the shenanigans that I've experienced, but we're here. The room is fine. This is our view. It's not that pretty. It doesn't really matter. We won't be in the room that much. It's kind of overcasty. It was sprinkling on the way here. So we live in a small area. So the closest like large airport is like 2.5 hours away in Charlotte, or Raleigh, North Carolina, also 2.5 or closer to 3. So I always look at the tickets from Roanoke Regional Airport versus the tickets there. If there's a significant difference, like $400 plus, then obviously I'll drive to Charlotte and like stay the night at Amber's or whatever. That's what I did last time, but the price difference in the ticket this time was only like $150, and that wasn't worth 5 hours round trip of driving for $150. I made the decision to eat the money and have a little bit more convenience. So because I fly from a tiny airport, it sometimes gives me weird layovers. So I went from Roanoke to LaGuardia in New York to my little visual, Orlando. So my layover in Orlando was, y'all, my brain is fried. My layover in New York was fine. I found my gate, I went over there, got it, boarded. I don't upgrade to fancy first class or anything silly, so I was like in the last group to board, and they ran out of room in the overhead, which I put on my story. Why does everyone stand around for like, as soon as they start boarding, everyone stands up and like wants to get in line, but you're in the last group, so you can't get on anyway, and you bought a ticket and you have a seat, so it's not like first come first serve. You know what seat you get, so why do you want to get on this hot stuffy plane first? I don't get it. Apparently it's so that your stuff, like if they run out of overhead space, then your bags go under the plane. Well, I don't care, because all my food, my important stuff is in my carry-on, like my personal item that's going under the seat. I know I get that space, so I wasn't worried. That's what happened. They had to check my carry-on bag, so no big deal. Y'all know how I am with traveling, so I had to get off the plane when we landed. Also, it was snowing, so like I kept getting all these alerts that your flight might be delayed in case of cancellation, blah blah blah, and I was like, I don't want to get stuck in LaGuardia. So luckily, I mean, it's snowing when we're on the plane and they're de-icing and doing all the things. I was like, get this plane off the ground because we need to go. I don't want to be stuck here. But we took off. Obviously, we made it, so that was good. So we get there. You know how I am with like airport navigation and stuff. It actually wasn't terrible. I go find my bag, and then I'm waiting for my Uber. Order my Uber, do all the things. My Uber pulls up, and I'm like, I'm someone who's not getting in a sketchy Uber with a man by myself. So I always do the like, check the tags. Well, in Florida, most people don't have front tags, so I had to go to the back. So I'm like, the car pulls up, and I'm just like making sure that it's my car, and this man is sprinting, and I'm like looking at the tag, and it's like, that's my Uber. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to embarrass him. The Uber driver is going to tell him, like, are you Alexis? No, I'm not Alexis. And then he gets out of the car. No, this guy gets in the car and the Uber just drives away. So then I text him, doesn't answer, call him, doesn't answer, had to cancel it, and then order another one. So finally my second Uber came, and I made it here. The man was very nice, and I tipped him well because he didn't drive away from me. So I'm going to unpack. Let me show you around the room. Here it is. It's one big room. Me and Elizabeth are staying together. I only packed in that backpack, which went under my seat, and I'll use for the gym. And this carry-on suitcase. Is this the bag that I take backstage with me too? So I use this bag a lot. I got it at TJ Maxx. But this, just fun fact, I carry my backstage stuff in it, so then you don't have to put it on your shoulder. And here we are. That's it. But it's fine because we won't be in here very much. I'm going to unpack a little bit, get my stuff into the fridge, basically. I froze all my food, you saw that. So I'm gonna get in the fridge, make my pre-workout, find a banana, because I need that. And we learned last time on my travel, squishing my banana in the parking lot. Didn't even try to travel with one. So I'm gonna find one and some Gatorade, and we'll go to the gym. We're gonna go to Iron Religion, train, and then come back here and get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow's the women's conference. I don't know how much of that I'll get on here, but that's it. And then we have an early flight back Sunday. All right, so the eggs, these are still actually even frozen, so that is perfect. One for tomorrow, one for Sunday. And then let's check our blueberries. Not even really smushed. Very exciting. I was prepared for these to be like blueberry pure. These were in my carry-on, so everything's still cold, and like you can see it still has like frost on it. So we are solid. I also brought extra containers so that I can pack a couple containers with me tomorrow. Just thinking ahead, make sure that there's room for Elizabeth. Just thinking ahead because it's great to pack everything in baggies, but I do not want to do baggies for like the entire weekend. So I did pack everything's kind of thrown in here. Also, these are not walking shoes. But look, I have milk containers in here. I even have my lemon juice in these containers. And then my Intra, oats for tomorrow, pre-workout. Hello. Okay, so we are home. It's Sunday, like 4:20. I had my flight early this morning, so we were up late, like with the girls talking last night, very late. So we didn't get back to the hotel room until like basically midnight, and then Elizabeth and I were talking. We didn't go to sleep until after midnight, and then we had to get up at 3:15 is what I set my alarm for, which is not enough sleep. So I am officially old. I cannot function and do like, I can't function and do travel and like things outside of my normal with that minimal sleep, officially. So learned that lesson. I do that like once a year. I've told you guys before. Sorry, I'm on my road and it's gravel and bumpy, so this is a little shaky, but we're almost to the real road. But I used to do that a lot, and it's not beneficial. I don't recommend it. Occasionally it will happen, but I do it like once a year, and it's always a reminder that you need to go to sleep. But anyway, so my Oura Ring said, like, this morning it asked me if I wanted to track my nap that I took. So it registered that I was sleeping for a total 2 hours, 7 minutes last night, which is not that much. So that's kind of what, like, I woke up feeling okay, because you know how you do after like a nap, but then the exhaustion hits you a little bit later. And it also didn't help that, so we flew out of Orlando this morning, and we knew that we needed more time, obviously, than like my short little Roanoke Airport. So we gave ourselves like a little over 2 hours, 2.5 hours. We got to the airport. My brain's not working because I have not really slept. Elizabeth flew American. So this morning was a Delta morning, and I don't know if Orlando is a hub for Delta or everyone just happened to fly that, but like, she checked her bag. We had to check our bags because of the goodie bags at the women's conference were like full-size bottles of stuff. So some of it was like lotions. So I just checked my bag, my carry-on suitcase, so I could put that stuff in there. So she checked her bag super quick. I had to stand in line forever. One, I stood in the wrong line initially, and I was like, why is this moving so slow? It was the special checked items bag. So like, if you had guns or strollers or crap like that. So it was not moving, so I was like, what's going on? And I read some signs, like, I'm in the wrong line. So then I had to go get in the super long other like self-service line, because I'd already gotten my tag and put it on my bag, but it was super long by then, because all of the 6 a.m. people had gotten there and were doing the same thing that I was, and there was only one person actually doing the process of like, put your bag on the scale and take your ID and all that. So that took a while, and then we get to TSA. Elizabeth's was like to the left, mine was to the right with all the Delta people, and I was in line for TSA for an hour and a half. Officially gonna do the TSA pre-check thing, because I'm not doing that, especially going to shows this year. I plan to go to several shows. Most of them are not in driving distance, so the pre-check's worth it for sure. So I need to sign up for that like later this evening. With that used up all of the extra time that we gave ourselves. So I had to got all my things out of my bag. I was as prepared as I could to walk up to the thing and put your arms up and do all that. Got my shoes on. I had time to get my shoes on because of course they went through my bag because of my food. But got my shoes on, got my stuff, and then sprinted, y'all, with my backpack, like hanging on to it. Thank God I did not actually have my suitcase, because I would have gone slower, and I might not have gotten on my flight, because I got to my flight, peed, thankfully, because forgot to empty my water again. Chugged my 40-ounce Stanley in line, so at least I was somewhat hydrated early in the morning. Had time to pee and got on my flight with like 5 minutes to spare. But I made it. It was fine. And then my layover, I had like an hour and a half. My layover was in Atlanta. Luckily I had an hour and a half because I had to I followed the crowd and followed the signs, but I got a little bit confused because it was so big. I know that Atlanta's like the biggest airport in the world or whatever, but I didn't expect how big it would be. I didn't know. I've never been there. Other than, I think I've laid over there once, but I didn't remember it being as large as it was. So I had to get off my first flight, and then to get on to my connecting, I had to get on a train and all of that. So this is probably normal to most of y'all that are flying people, but it was definitely like a navigation situation. But got over there, got my coffee. Finally, I had not had coffee yet. It's like my next flight is leaving out at 9:05, and I've been up since 3:15. No coffee. You guys know, wake up, coffee is my routine. So I didn't care for that. But we made it home on time. Got my bag, got home, and I was fine. I didn't actually feel bad until I got in the car and drove home from Roanoke Airport. And it's like a 45-minute drive. And during that, I don't know if you can see me, I think I just the stress calmed down. I was comfortable back in my own vehicle and all that, and I was smacked, needed to get in the bed. So I got home, unloaded my car with stuff, and then my husband's like, what are you gonna do? And I was like, I'm taking a nap. So I took I laid down, I gave myself an hour and a half. I probably maybe got an hour's worth of sleep, so I'm up to 3 hours for the day. And now I need to get ready for the week because it's Sunday. So I'm not training today. I debated it. I kind of set my meals up this morning as in case I could, but getting home and feeling how I did, it wouldn't have been very productive. So today's just an off day. I have tomorrow off from work, so I'll start my training for the week tomorrow. And then I'll have, like, I still have enough days of the week to get my training in. So we're good. It's more beneficial to get some rest tonight and go full tomorrow than to try to halfway do it and not do very well. So now, all of that, I'm on my way to Kroger. I have a list of things I need to get for the week. And then we're going to dinner for Brandy's birthday tonight. Italian, which I haven't had in quite some time. So that will be nice. And then I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. And gonna sleep in the morning. A few posing clients tomorrow evening. So I'll just sleep in and get my workout in the morning. So that's like a summary of the trip. I didn't get a ton of photos this weekend. I took photos with a lot of you guys that were there. But I didn't record a ton. I just like experienced it. You know, the season's about to really ramp up as far as like traveling for seminars. I had the one yesterday. I have one that I'll be teaching at in Alexandria, the Viktory in posing. I think it's Alexandria. Yes, in Virginia, Northern Virginia. Gary Udit hosts that. That information's on my Instagram, the link to sign up. It's free. They just like to have a head count. So if you're going to be there, it's February 20th on a Saturday. Make sure that you sign up and you come. And then shows start in like March and April. So sometime eventually I will start prep myself and things will just get much more busy. So we're slowly ramping up into that crazy time. So I'm excited. You guys know that I like my schedule somewhat busy. I like to be doing things. I like giving back to the NPC and all of that. So it's starting and I'm looking forward to it. My coach and I are like game planning for my own season. I'm not really sure how. I know you guys can't see me because of the time of day. I'm not really sure how we will do that as far as like, I don't know that I'm going to necessarily announce until closer so that I can really just focus on showing you guys and trying to focus myself on what the process is like. So like, I think I'll do it in the opposite order. So instead of like weeks out from my show, it's like week 1 of prep, week 2 of prep, in that kind of a way. And we'll see how that goes. But that's my short, like, unplanned plan for now. As far as church announcements, Amber has a new, she just opened her new salon in Charlotte, North Carolina. So if you are somewhat local to that, if you are traveling to that area, it's like a makeup and blowout bar. So she'll be styling hair, she'll be doing blowouts, hair health, little things that you need, if you need a trim, if you need advice, blah, 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 all that stuff. And if you just want to get your makeup done for date night or an event that you're going to, she's got, that's what the salon is for. So, you can schedule to get your makeup done. She's quick with that. I don't know exactly what her time slots look like, but go to her page. It's in the little like description on here. And make sure you get with that if you're local to her. Her work is very good. And this is kind of a new concept that she's bringing to the area, at least. I haven't heard of it at all, so I think it's awesome. But like a makeup bar, a makeup blowout bar, where you can just like go get ready for the night and it's not like a 4-hour situation, which I think is pretty cool. So there's that. Posing, I will have March listed up soon. February is posted in my scheduling link, which is also in the description. It's also on my Instagram page. So make sure you get scheduled. Things are starting to ramp up. Once we get into February and everyone's in like their full-blown prep, it's going to be busy. So the availability is there. I am part-time at the hospital so that I can have the availability, but don't skimp or you're not going to have your first choice of appointment times. You're going to have to get what's left. So plan ahead, make sure that you have your appointments scheduled. I have packages of 3, 10, and 20, depending if you want to book for your, and like make sure that you have your sessions reserved for the entire season, all of that. So, those are the main updates. And then the shows that I'll be at this year, of course, like any seminars. That was not good. Any seminars that I'm going to be at, I will let you guys know as they're planned. So far, the next one is just in February. I will be at Junior USA. I'll probably be at Junior Nationals. And then we'll kind of see how the season goes and what my girls are doing and all of that. If I can be at Virginia shows, I probably will be. So when I travel like that, I try to do in-person sessions, but they're limited. So if I post that I'm going to be at shows or in a certain area and I'm taking posing clients, don't wait, because if I'm not going to overbook myself when I'm traveling. So I'll do a couple because I know that there's a demand for it, but I'm also not going to overschedule myself because we know that's not fun. So that's all the updates. I'm going to run into Aldi and start these errands really quick so that we can be to dinner on time. But I hope like seeing how I packed everything was helpful. And my life's busy, but we can do it all. We can get it done. We can be normal people and bodybuild. Bye, guys.